friends. Today we will learn about radiation. It is one of the modes of heat transfer. So we will understand this concept through various examples which we see in our day-to-day lives. One such example is given here. Light a candle and stand it upright. Hold your hands on its two sides at some distance from the candle. So when we light a candle and keep our hands at some distance from the flame, we feel the heat from the flame. Another thing you might have seen that in winter days people light a bonfire in order to warm themselves up. Also they prefer to sit in a morning sun. So what do you observe through these examples? There is some kind of heat transfer. The sun is millions of kilometers away from us. There is no air between the sun and the earth's atmosphere is only a thin layer of air close to the earth. There is no air between the sun and the earth's atmosphere is only a thin layer of air close to the earth's surface. Now, then, how does the heat of the sun reach us? This heat is transferred in the absence of any medium. The transfer of heat that takes place in this way, that is, in absence of any medium, without any medium, is called radiation. The transfer of heat that takes place in this way without a medium is called radiation. In the two examples above, heat reaches us mainly by radiation. Now, another example of radiation is given here. Radiation of heat takes place from many objects in nature, such as trees, mountains, stones, and roads. These objects shows radiation of heat. Now, a camera has been developed which uses these radiations to make surroundings visible at night, and this camera is called as infrared camera. Our human body also shows radiation of heat. Now we can't see this radiation of heat with our naked eyes. We have to use this infrared camera. Using this camera, it is possible to keep a watch on the movements of the enemy during the night. We can use radiation of heat by our body, by human body, and we can detect the enemy movements during the night. Now, when the heat rays fall on any object, a part of heat is absorbed by the object and part of it is reflected. And the ability of a substance to absorb heat radiation depends on its color as well as its intrinsic properties. What is the intrinsic property? It is the property of an object that that the object has of itself, and it is independent of any other things. So it is called intrinsic properties. Now let's understand this concept, that is absorption of heat, which is dependent on color as well as intrinsic properties, with the one experiment. What are the apparatus needed for this experiment? Two aluminum tins of the same size, two small glasses, water, thermometers, and black paint. And what is the procedure? Paint the outer surface of one tin with the black paint and let it dry. Then you have to place one glass in each tin filled with water, and the water should be of same temperature. Now cover the tins with the lids and keep them in the sun for 2 hours. Now measure the temperature of the water of the glasses in two tins. What is the reason for the difference in temperature? So you will see that difference in temperature because one tin is painted with a black paint, and black paint has a property that it absorbs more heat. So that's why the temperature of the water which is placed in a tin painted with black paint will be more. The temperature of that glass of water, or that temperature of the water placed in a tin which is painted with the black paint will be more, because the black color absorbs more light rays and the white color or light colors reflect those light rays. So that's why the temperature of water is more in a tin painted with a black paint. So that will be all about radiation. Next we will see good and bad conductors of heat.